public. Is it a crime to be in the... so what are I doing here? What did I do to instigate...
They don't want you on the property anymore, so now you need to leave the property.
But why? Did they say why?
Yeah, because you were trying to walk back behind on federal property.
This is private office.
It doesn't bother me.
Good, man. Well, then us following the law shouldn't bother you either. In order for an area to be restricted, it's got to have a sign or it's got to be restricted.
You guys can stand out there.
All right, you're dismissed, bro. You can move right along. Or you could watch us do our job if you'd like to, but...
We're only recording from an outside place into a private place.
That's not illegal either.
It is.
It's absolutely not.
It does.
It's absolutely
when
not.
That place is classified
inside a dwelling, possibly, because that would be an invasion of privacy.
Classified as private.
No.
A citizen filming in a public post office suddenly threatened with arrest for hurting feelings. Are these officers defending the law or their ego? When your right to record is denied, who's actually breaking the law?
I've done my job, so if you guys want to...
Well, they want you off the property.
The post office?
Yeah,
wants me off the
post
property?
office they want you off the property.
So.
For what?
Where you tried to walk around the back of the property, they don't want you in here filming. They want you off the property. So you're more than welcome to go out to the sidewalk, but they do not want you in the building.
We're in public. Is it a crime to be in the... so what are I doing here? What did I do to instigate...
They don't want you on the property anymore, so now you need to leave the property.
But why? Did they say why?
Yeah, because you were trying to walk back behind on federal property that they don't want you back there, and then you come in here and start recording, and they don't want you recording customers and everything else like that.
Now, I did talk with Adam, the postmaster, and I'm sorry, can I get your... was it...
Simpson? We don't have badge numbers. Simpson.
Marcinko. So... There's no signage back there saying I can't go back. I was walking through the public parking lot in the post office. There's no signs back, and you go back and look, no signs that say you can't walk back here. He came out and said, excuse me, I'm the postmaster, you can't come back here. I immediately said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see any signs. So then he showed me a sign on the side of the building that says no trespassing. It didn't say you can't go back there. There is no signage at all that says I can't go back behind this post office. There's certainly no signage inside that says the First Amendment doesn't apply here. So respectfully, gentlemen, I'm going to have to ask you to allow me to continue practicing my constitutional right to take photos in public. The postmaster here can't throw me out. Are you trespassing me from the post office?
We can't, he wants you just off the property.
Yes, no, right. This is public. I'm in public. That's like walking in and he says, oh, sir, you're wearing a MAGA hat. You can't be in here. Tough luck. If I have a camera in the post office, that's my prerogative. I have 2 cameras, in fact, in the post office, and it is my prerogative. It's my First Amendment right to come into the post office and take photographs of anything I see. There's an old saying, if you can see it, you can shoot it. Now, in Texas, they take that a little too literally, but it means photography. There are really only a few places in America I can't take photos. Courtrooms, bathrooms, dressing rooms, and locker rooms. This is none of those. In fact, there's a sign right in the other room there I'd like to show you gentlemen if you'd like to, that very clearly says I can photograph in this post office. So, unless you have anything else, I will dismiss you.
They want you off the property.
And if I don't leave the property, am I going to be arrested for trespassing? So you arrest me for trespassing if I do not leave this post office?
The postmaster wants you off the property.
May I have your supervisor here, please?
I am the supervisor.
So, to be clear, you as a supervisor, you're telling me that if I don't leave the post office simply because I was taking photographs, then I will be arrested. So I'm leaving under threat of arrest. Is that clear?
Based off of that, the postmaster wants you off, and if he signs a trespass notice and you refuse to leave, yes.
Have him sign the trespass notice.
Okay, we will.
And I would like to have your supervisor here, sir, because you're making a grave mistake. This is my constitutional right to take photos and videos in public. Constitutional right. It's in the First Amendment, sir. And the fact that you're trying to tell me I can't take photos or videos in public or I will be arrested is an absolute outrage, and it will not be accepted. Absolutely not. So you might want to contact your boss and tell your boss I'm about to trespass a man from the U.S. Post Office for taking photographs.
Okay.
See how that goes over. You're inviting a big lawsuit on the city of Athens. I'll tell you that right now. Big mistake, my friend.
Okay.
I suspect these ladies over here probably agree that the First Amendment kind of overrides the hurt feelings of the gentleman inside. You're law enforcement. You are not feelings enforcement. It's your job to enforce the law. I'm not breaking the law. And I'll be damned if I'm going to have you turn my constitutionally protected right into a crime. Shame on you. You took an oath to uphold and sustain the Constitution, and you were here trying to violate my constitutional rights. I will not stand for this, sir.
Okay.
Do you have any other identifying information other than T. Simpson? No badge number. Is there something that you have a card?
We just don't have that big of a department to where we.
Is your camera recording, sir?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. I'm going to get the copy of that as well.
Okay.
Catch a little conversation with Adam in here, who thinks it's a crime to photograph things in public. Unbelievable. You guys got some nerve. Been in this town for 10 minutes. I'm being told I can't take photos in public. Unbelievable. And when I'm done here, you and I can step outside and show me where it says I can't walk back behind this building. Show me where it says that.
Okay.
All right?
So, he does not want to leave. So, would you want to sign a notice of criminal trespass? And then we can, if he refuses to leave again, because you've asked him to leave, correct?
Yeah, I told him he couldn't go around back. If he's happy to stand out there,
Okay, so
That's
if you,
fine.
so if he's out there, he's fine.
sure. He just can't come in here. We're doing retail processes. I got payment information, address, stuff like that.
Okay,
So,
okay, but he's okay.
as long as he's not bothering my customers, I don't care. He just can't come in here. We're doing retail operations.
Okay.
That's supposed
Is there
to
a sign in here that says that he can photograph in here?
It's some federal statute. They got like a whole YouTube channel. They literally just drive city to city and do it.
Okay, but he's okay to be in there.
Sure.
Okay.
He just tries to get a reaction out of people.
I know he does. I know he does. But so to be clear, do you want
I don't
him to
want to do that
be
because he's just gonna put that online. I don't want to do it.
okay?
But as long as he stays out there where we're not doing transactions and not bothering my employees.
All right. Well, see, the thing is, so if he's out there, it is what it is.
Yep.
So if somebody's out there filling out paperwork and stuff like that, and as long as you say he can be out there, I mean, it's kind of hard for us to enforce something if you're saying he can be out there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm more than welcome just to be like, okay, man, I talked to the postmaster. He said just go ahead and you can be out here, but you can't go in there. So it's up to you.
Adam, sir, you are trying to violate my rights.
I'm
You're
not.
involving the
Listen.
police to do so.
Listen, let's go back out here and talk.
If I don't go out there to talk with you, are you going to arrest me?
Listen,
No, I'm not interested.
they
in
don't
talking
want
with you.
you in here.
I'm not
They
interested in
said you
talking
can
with
be out there.
I'm sitting over here being nice and quiet, and I'm going to stand right here and be nice and quiet. And there's nothing you legally can do about it.
Okay. Listen, sir. They said that you can go out there and you can film all you want.
Right here. Adam, you might want to read this, pal. It's called Poster 7. Right there on your wall, it says I can take photographs and video in here. I'm staying here. You have a copy of that? You might want to call somebody because you're about to invite a serious lawsuit on yourself, my friend. I'm not going anywhere. The First Amendment is more important than your feelings. You call the ambulance, not the police, pal. Your feelings.
The postmaster says that he can be out here and record, and that's all. It's fine. He's just now. They don't want him in here.
Okay.
So
Nobody come way over here with an iPhone. Really? Adam, come on. You got an iPhone, please.
Like they said, you're more than welcome to
They signed the
videotape out
trespassing
here.
order?
They want you out here
Sir,
filming.
I
but they
will
don't
dismiss you without further argument. I'm done talking with you about this today. Either get a trespassing order signed and I will leave under threat of arrest, or leave me alone.
Okay. Well,
It's not to find somebody that knows their rights, doesn't it? Unbelievable. You people are
See,
something else.
right, is this?
Come on in, they're trying to violate my rights. Well, you can't take pictures, I'll violate yours too. Oh, wait, sir. There's a woman here with the camera. Can you get her too?
this.
As long as he's not bothering customers and filming the actual transactions,
Okay.
he's good.
Okay.
So, but the reason I called is first two customers, they looked at him and wondered what he was doing.
Okay.
So, he's just trying to.
Yeah, that's why he travels around doing this. What kind of postage do you have on the back? Is it just on the sign that says no trespassing?
U.S. government, no trespassing.
So it's pretty much from the start of the fence or from the start of the sign?
It's literally right here on the corner of the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But that's my trucks coming in and stuff like that. So.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You find a trespass order?
Nope.
Didn't think so. Tell you what, I can make you guys a deal. You will leave, and within 3 minutes I'll leave. You
No,
leave first.
we're
Are you gonna stick
This
here for
is-
the long haul?
huh?
You gonna stick around?
No, we're taking off.
No, you are gonna leave.
Yeah, they don't want to sign the trespass.
You know
notice,
why?
nothing like
Because he would lose his job if he did, and you would lose your job if you arrested me for this. Shame on you. And you know what? Yeah, I do have something for you guys actually. I want to ask you. My name's actually Mike Norton. I'm at KULT News. I'd like to know why you're trying to violate my constitutional rights. Yeah, that's called a walk of shame. Keep walking.
We had a complaint, and we're
Keep walking.
We're here to talk.
Yeah, your complaint was I was taking photos in public. Complaint about what? Public photography? Keep walking. That's called a walk of shame there, guys. You should be embarrassed. Is this what you became police officers for? So you could harass people in public for taking photos? Stimson? You're a lieutenant? Do you have anything to say about this, lieutenant? Huh? Hey, Stimson, before you head out, you want to show me where the no trespass sign is back here? Because I'm going around back next. You have anything to say?
Right there.
Where?
U.S. property.
Uh-huh.
Right there in the sign.
Yeah? Okay.
U.S. No trespass.
Oh, I agree this is U.S. property.
Yeah,
no
no
trespassing where?
trespassing.
After behind this line? So after this line, I'm trespassing. You're telling me I'm trespassing here, but I'm not trespassing here?
They don't want you back behind the building.
There's no
It says-
sign that says I can't go
it
back
says
behind the
U.S.
building.
No trespassing.
What about the other way? If I go around the other way, you don't want that? Let's have a little fun, shall we? I'm going to go back there right now while you watch. Let's see if you arrest me and what happens to the city of Athens, shall we?
Okay.
Come on. You want to come back with me? Come on. Have the
you-
sign of no trespass order. I'm going to circle all the way around the building, then I'm going to come back here, and you should be gone by then, and then I'll leave. Thank you.
When police threaten arrest just for filming in public, that's not law enforcement. It's abuse of power. The U.S. Constitution protects your rights to free speech, press, and public recording. Never back down. Know the law, stand tall, and defend your rights. A group of citizens enters City Hall, only to be treated like criminals for filming? With no restricted signs and doors wide open, why call the cops? Are they protecting sensitive info or hiding something? Is transparency truly public, or just for those who ask nicely?
This is a restricted area. You cannot be. This is not public
This isn't
access.
a restricted
Yes,
area.
it is. This is secure records for the city.
You guys can
You need
stand
to-
out there if you'd like.
Yeah,
I know.
You can be out there, but
Out there.
that way. This is private office.
It doesn't
space.
bother me.
Good, man. Well, then us following the law shouldn't bother you either. In order for an area to be restricted, it's got to have a sign or it's got to be restricted.
You guys can stand out there.
All right, and you're dismissed, bro. You can move right along. Or you could watch us do our job if you'd like to, but
Not in here, you can't.
we already did our job in there. Now we're just going to do our job in the other public areas.
And the public areas are in front of the
Until you
desk.
guys put signs, it's all public areas.
Please, why are you causing issues? I don't
Look,
understand.
we didn't bother anybody. We
You
got
cause
approached.
stress to
You're
the
acting
staff
like a
because
dick, man. You can move along. I'm done with you already. You are dismissed. BL Skinner, what's your badge number?
162.
162. All right, man. The public is ashamed to have you as a servant, man.
Doesn't surprise me from you.
Okay, great. That's
Please,
fine.
please, this is, Officer Skinner, I want to
Please.
shut this door because this is a
Yeah,
restricted
no, guys,
area.
go ahead. Shut the door as long as there's a thing there.
Yep, absolutely.
Look, if the door's shut and it's locked,
Oh, you're all right. You're all right. Got you still. Go back that way. There we go. Sorry about that.
let's see that again from a different angle.
Skinner, I want to shut this door because this is a restricted area.
ahead. Shut the door as long as there's a thing there. Look, if the door's shut and it's locked.
Oh, I got your belt. I got you still. Go back that way. There we go. Sorry about that.
And it's locked.
Oh, I got your belt. I got you still. Go back that way. There we go. Sorry about that.
The door is shut and it's locked, guys. No way we can access it, right?
There you go.
It's not publicly accessible. Just like that.
Oh, is your office locked?
Yeah, if it can, if it's shut. I mean, that's
Luann's not
fine,
back
right?
here.
Yeah, she is on vacation.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go, perfect.
We just like to see compliance, right? No unlawful orders. Funny how easy that is. Yep, that is. That's crazy. Quaker State sold here. What is that, Quaker State? Is that a granola kind of a thing? What was that gal's name, Natalie?
I believe so. Huh. Got their own little cubicles and stuff.
If you guys listen real close, he says something along the lines of, "This guy doesn't know we're sovereign citizens." Are you guys talking about yourselves over there saying sovereign citizens?
So they refuse to get up behind the counter?
No, it's the area.
I just want to get this.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
Still looking for.
Howdy. Hey, we just want you guys to understand the only sovereign citizens here are you guys. You get me? I follow the laws, right?
What are we doing, Skinny?
They're going to get a hold of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys should probably just dismiss yourselves.
Okay.
You guys are public servants, right? I'm part of the public. I don't need your help, right? You know what I mean? I don't need your service.
Okay.
Not here to serve.
You're not here to serve. Okay, no, I get that, man. I know. You're here for yourselves, right?
Okay.
We get you, man. All right, gals, hey. Gals, if we could get a employees only sign up there, that would help the public understand that they can't go back there. Do you get what I'm saying, Natalie?
Here you go, Jen.
Okay.
I think they might have hearing problems.
I think so too. I think so as well. So now we got the armed security at the door. He's here. That's fine. To be fair to them, though, these guys didn't try to push us out. They just came at us pretty rude. So, man, can I get your name and badge number? Because you actually didn't even come at me rude, so.
Lieutenant Luttrell, 147.
Luttrell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
147.
All right, Lieutenant.
Okay.
All right, man. I'm done in this office. All I need to do is document it, you know what I mean?
Stay out of restricted areas. The way out.
Just restrict them, right?
Well, restricted areas.
Right, if they're not clearly
And if they
marked.
ask you to, well, they don't have to be clearly marked. If
They
they
do.
ask you to stay out, then
Where is that law?
I mean, it shouldn't have to get to that point where they ask us to stay out. They should already be on the door.
And even if they ask, man, there's no law. The only thing is if you trespass into a restricted area, the law says it's got to be clearly restricted, public and private property.
Good enough.
All right. Glad that we could help you understand that. If only we could get that guy to understand it. The other boy. Hi. Lock it all down, gals. Lock it all.
Guys with cameras, scary.
Yeah, real scary. Personnel. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys are compliant in here. I like that. They got stop employees only past this point. Yeah, that sign is like a brick wall to me. I can't go past that. We were trying to explain that to the other office. They didn't quite understand. You guys have a good day. Thank you. What's up, officer?
How are you?
Good. Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sure. It's Mike Pigman.
You got the badge number for me?
I do. It's 230.
230.
Is there something I can help you with?
That was all, man. I just like to, you know what I mean? When I make my reports, I got to have everybody's name, you know what I mean?
Not really.
You don't?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay.
But that's all right.
All right. You got an ID on you just so I can confirm that that is your name?
No. The badge is right there. My name's right there.
All right, Mr. Pigman. Good enough for me.
All right, take care.
Yep, you too.
Hello.
Hi.
Can we help you?
Oh, nope, just here to kind of eavesdrop very openly.
I mean, there's nothing to eavesdrop about.
Okay, cool. That's crazy how you can hear now, Natalie. Awesome. I'm always getting a better mood when there's candy, so if you guys start providing candy at the counter, that would be appreciated.
I think it's time for us to go back to our offices and let them deal with it. Yeah.
I will say, man, I didn't like your attitude, but I love your tattoo. Yeah, the blood symbolizes the red symbolizes the blood shed for the fighting of our freedoms, right? I just want to thank you, man, for going out every day and seeing to it that everybody's freedoms are restricted as they can be, right? Right, how do you even respond? I don't know. I think you just say you're sorry. Something. Say you're sorry and quit the job, right? Yep, get a real one. Hi.
Sir, you can't be in here. You can stay in the public spaces.
Is this closed?
Yeah, this is a private area, and with photographers, you're allowed to stay in the public space, but not back here in the private space to disturb the work that's going on. And if you have specific questions, we can step out here and I can talk with you.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
this is community development. This is a public office.
But with the doors closed, it's not. So I just talked with the city attorney.
So you're
Unless
saying...
unless you tell me, are you here for a specific reason?
Yeah, I am.
Who would you like to speak with?
I could speak with you if you'd like.
Sure, let's step out here.
Well, why can't we do it in the public office right here?
Because I am telling you that the city attorney said that I don't have to. So,
Yeah, I mean, if you locked the door, certainly, but there's no sign saying...
Well, I don't want to get in an argument with you here. Let's step out.
No, I hear you. I don't want to get in an argument with you either,
Great.
so...
So come on out here and we can talk about whatever you wanted to discuss.
Really, ma'am, I just would like to speak about, the First Amendment and how the law works if you'd like to, but other than that, I really don't have any
Okay, well
interest.
then let's step out here. Again, I don't want to make an argument. I just spoke
You
with the
just
city
keep
attorney.
it 6 feet. That's your policy. Practice
Okay,
social
I can do that.
distancing. Thank you.
Again, I'll call up the police if you don't just step out.
That's fine. If the police are going to violate, that's
on out
fine.
here.
We'll just have to litigate. So, look, I won't hesitate to litigate.
And
All
that's
right,
fine.
so
I
that's
just
fine.
asked you-
Well, if they want to violate, they can do that. You know what I mean? But I'm here to educate.
Right.
So,
And that's fine. I just asked you to step out here in
right,
the public
I get
space.
you, and I'm just going to tell you politely. No, thank you. I'm just going to do this in the public space here. This is a public space all the time. So, unless it's closed
Actually,
to the.
It's not with the doors closed. I just spoke with the city attorney, and I've got a police officer coming here, and we're going to ask you to just step out here, and we can have a conversation.
That's fine. I mean, unless he wants to threaten us, we're not gonna, give up our rights. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not asking you to give up your rights. This is the public space of the building. I just spoke with our city attorney, and he said that this is a place that you can be. When the doors are shut, we've got private business going on, and so we want you out in the public
Maybe
space.
when the doors are locked, it is. But during business hours, while the doors are unlocked, this is a public office. This is a community development office.
According to the city attorney, we'd like you out here.
The city attorney wants to defend a lawsuit, they can, but there's no reason for this nonsense, all right? This is a public
Why don't
office.
you tell me what you'd like to know? I mean, I'm more than happy to help.
What I'd like to know is, what are the business hours for this office?
Business hours are 8 to 5.
8 to 5. Great. Okay. Is this a public office?
This is the public space that we've asked you to be in.
So are you guys off the clock now? You're not getting paid to provide services to the public?
So why are we having this conversation?
Because you're over here trying to tell me what to do in this public office that I helped to pay for when I helped to pay your salary and I helped to pay these guys' salaries. And now, you guys you're trying to violate my rights, so.
If you notice, it says stop, wait here for assistance.
We've been waiting here.
I'm ready to assist you. What do you need?
Oh, I could just, everybody could just leave me alone to conduct my business, man.
But you can't go beyond here. Stop.
Look, I see we'll make sure that this is here. Stop, no going past these points. We haven't, right?
Okay.
Exactly.
And then what are we doing?
When you enter a public building with no signs, no warnings, you have the right to film. The U.S. Constitution doesn't require permission to exercise free speech and transparency. If public employees feel uncomfortable, that's emotion, not law. Don't let their feelings strip away your rights. For filming a police car parked illegally, 6 officers swarm in demanding ID and spouting security concerns. No crime, no law broken. So who's threatening whom? The cops or your freedom? Why does public filming scare them so much?
Hello. You're an auditor, is that right?
Pardon?
The auditor? Or YouTuber?
Auditor? Or like financials and stuff?
No, as in who auditors what the police do. Someone said apparently you're an auditor.
Who said that?
No, that's what someone said.
Oh, okay.
No? Just that first time I've seen you around here.
Pardon?
First time I've seen you, and we have a lot of people come outside, record. Obviously we just don't know who you are.
Okay.
Obviously normal people who we know who they are, we have no issue with people who they are.
Why do people come in and record?
People like police cars when they go out on blue lights.
Okay.
That's why.
Is that right?
Sure you heard of like Brian Barker? No, he's on YouTube, on TikTok, does things like that.
No, don't know Brian Barker.
Yeah? Oh no, he's one of those, the ones that go around the tower, records beef eaters,
okay,
just interacts with people.
Fair enough. Interesting. Good thing.
No, that's what he does. Just ask what you're doing around here.
Minding my own business.
What, recording at the same time?
Well, maybe not.
So the issue is, I've obviously turned up my window down and I've heard you read out the registration to my vehicle.
Yes, I did.
Is there any reason you've done that?
Yes, there is. Absolutely.
What's that?
Oh, that's a private reason. I'll be taking it up with IOPC. So that's absolutely fine. That's nothing for you to worry about. IOPC
just
will
so
deal
you're
with
aware,
it.
you're allowed to mount the payment if you're entering the premises.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
That's interesting. I'll check that one.
So the same way you drive across the pavement to go to your that makes sense.
Pardon?
Same way you drive across the pavement to go into your
To go across for the purpose of parking, but I mean, I think this is a wide enough berth that there was no reasonable reason for you to have to mount the curb. I realise that your card entry thing is right up against the wall and you need to be able to reach it from your window, but I think this is a wide enough berth that you could have pulled in and then gone to the wall. So I don't feel like in this circumstance that somebody would agree with you.
Okay. What's your name, my friend?
What's your name?
PC Cell.
What's your first name?
Chris.
Chris, cool.
What's your
date of birth there, Chris?
I'm going to tell you my date of birth.
What's your address?
Okay, right, okay.
You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
So, how long are you planning on being here for?
27th of December, did you say?
How long's a piece of string?
Yes, 27, and mount on.
Interesting.
The 27th of December, year not now, but it's about 27, yeah?
So, do you do this to any other police stations or just this one?
Pardon?
Okay.
Do you do this to any other police stations or is it just this one?
Is that any of your business?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah, I thought I had the right to privacy and private thoughts in this country. I thought we lived in a free country.
So the issue is being obviously you're filming things.
Okay. What do you do in your free time, Chris?
I don't know if you're filming cameras.
What do you do in your free time, Chris?
Of police officers.
What do you do in your free time, Chris?
None of your business.
Well, there you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Works both ways, doesn't it?
Because you're here at my place of work.
But then you might do things that might be my business in your free time. So
like what, my friend?
There we go. So like for like is none of your business as much as it's none of my business what you do in your free time. I'm in on a public pavement, not on private property, not breaking any law.
All right.
Not doing anything illegal.
What about the recording from an outside place into a private place?
That's not illegal either.
It is.
It's absolutely not.
It does.
It's absolutely
when
not.
That place is classified
inside a dwelling, possibly, because that would be an invasion of privacy.
Classified as private.
No, everything in this country is private property.
Not everything.
Absolutely, it is.
No,
apart from the roads and the pavements.
Exactly.
Okay, but any police station is technically private property. Any government building, yes, it is.
No, the funding is public.
Yes.
What happens inside is in relation to the security of it.
That's why you got walls and gates, isn't it?
Right.
So now we've got 2, 4, 5
walls and gates.
Yeah.
So when the gates are open, what happens?
Well, that's not your business.
Exactly.
That's something for you to think about, isn't
That's
it?
what happens when the recording happens, isn't it?
Well, that's something for you to think about. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm planning on taking a drone up and over, so there's nothing you can do about that either. So, funnily enough, as much as you think it's private and secure, it's really not, because I'm going to take a drone over.
So when you're planning to take a drone over?
Whenever I'm ready to.
Okay, have you got a permit to fly a drone over this?
Pardon?
Have you got a permit to fly that drone over a police station?
Permit?
Yeah.
You don't need a permit for drones,
You're
mate.
allowed to fly drones over certain parts of London.
Yeah, certain parts of London, that's very true. So you've got Hyde Park, City of London and Isle of Dogs. Those are the 3 parts, and obviously the areas surrounding any airports and heliports. Those areas, you're right, you can't. I'm not in that area right now.
What's the proximity between you have to be between an airport where you can fly?
2.5 nautical miles.
2.5. So how far is it from here to the closest helipad?
Do you want me to show you?
Closest helipad.
Do you want me, yeah, I'll show you.
Which is where?
I'll show you. Hang on. I don't have to show you, but I will.
I'm just asking.
Just for your benefit, I will show you. Okay. That's London's specified area. That does not apply to UAVs. That is for single-engine helicopters only. That's what the restriction that applies where I'm stood right now. It's for single-engine helicopters, not for UAVs. Okay.
And how long are you planning on flying it over the police station for?
As long as it takes to get the footage that I want to get, really.
What footage is that you'd like to get?
The footage that I want to get.
The reason I'm asking, maybe we can assist you in getting that footage.
I mean, can you sit on my drone and aid me and, you know, point where things are? Well, there you go, exactly. So how are you going to aid me?
Well, if you see communication, isn't it? Obviously, you tell us what you need to get, and obviously we can hopefully try and assist you with that.
I'm a big boy, and I can look at what I need to get out of off my own back.
Okay, and how far close are you looking to get to the police station?
As close as I can.
Well, how far are we talking? As in right on top of it?
I mean, probably directly over it, yeah.
Directly over it?
Yeah, probably.
And what's your intentions with it? What are you going to do once you post?
Pardon?
Any intentions when you post anything? Or is it just for your own personal
What do you mean
collection?
post anything?
Are you going to post anything online?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Okay. Didn't say we need you.
If you said you'd like to know somebody's identity,
no,
so I can tell you that's not going to happen.
I didn't say identity. I said when we speak to people, we know what their intentions are.
You said you'd like to know who they are.
Intentions are.
You like to know who they are. Keep up with what you're saying. Your lies don't track if you keep changing your tune every 2 seconds.
Intentions are
You said you would like to know who they are.
Okay.
And I'll tell you now, you're not going to find out who I am.
It also comes down to intentions.
We've got a sergeant. I'll essentially leave it to the sergeant, to be honest. Sergeant's probably better equipped for this. How are you doing, sergeant?
Necessarily. Good morning. How can I help?
Who are you? Sorry, sergeant.
My name's Sergeant Leaper.
And your collar number there, sergeant?
154 Charlie Echo.
154 Charlie Echo. Lovely, thank you. You're based here, are you?
Yep.
Brilliant, cool, thank you. So once this is gaggle of whatever is all dissipated, I would like to report something to you. But yeah.
Okay. You don't get to tell me who can and can't stay here. If you're not willing to speak to me here, you can make an appointment. But what I was told is an issue with a driving offence originally. Is that correct?
Yes, there is. So that's been reported to you. Yes, yeah. So that's why I was reading out your registration, because they were in the vehicle that you were in now at the time.
Okay. So what issue do you have with someone's driving?
So when I arrived here at Bethnal and I came out of the tube station, you got the Sainsbury's local just down the road there.
Yeah.
There were 2 constables parked on double yellow lines opposite side of the road with their lights on. So I thought, oh, maybe something's going on. So I stood around to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I see them going to the Sainsbury's. So I thought, oh, maybe something's happened at the Sainsbury's.
Okay.
So I start recording, and turns out they just went in to buy their lunch. Okay. Now, obviously, that's not acceptable for constables to use their lights, to park on double yellow lines, to go buy their lunch. I understand that you need breaks. I understand that you need to eat.
Okay.
You're human. I get it.
Okay.
But you're not allowed to abuse your lights in order to do that, are you? Okay. As soon as they realised that I was recording their vehicle, the female driver comes out, turns the lights off, moves the vehicle. I see the male constable walking down the road, so I follow him and I ask him, why did that happen? He's like, I wasn't the driver. I was like, doesn't matter. You had every right to say to the driver, let's not park here, let's find somewhere proper to park and let's not abuse our lights. I tried to get the collar number of the female driver. I tried to get her collar number and ask her why she was doing that. Okay. Just blank refused to even acknowledge me, basically. Okay. And yeah, it was in the registration of the vehicle that these two just came in, and it was at 11:37.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's something I can deal with. It's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Okay. But then you come around the back trying to film officers going in and out of the station.
No, you're making an assumption that that's what I was recording, aren't you?
Okay. Well, what are you doing here then? Because you said we're told to wait in the front, officer was coming out to deal with you, and then you come round here. So I can only make an assumption that you're trying to do something that we were asked to wait, and I was coming down to deal with you. So.
Well, they said it would be a long wait, so I thought I'd come around here for a bit and wait, and then go back round and.
But then the logic then is if you leave and you come back again, you can't expect to be in the same position in the queue.
Fair, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
So why are you here waiting then instead of waiting around at the front?
Because she said it would be a long wait.
Okay. But then why did you come down here to wait instead of wait back in the front office?
Because this is where I wanted to stand and wait.
Okay. There are specific prohibitions around police stations.
Are there?
Yes, there are.
What prohibitions are those? That's the word you were looking for.
Okay, yeah. I don't need to tell them to you verbatim.
No, but if you can give me the gist of what they are and give me some sort of legislation.
It's sort of like, without going off the top of my head, I don't know exactly.
Exactly, because it's bullshit and you're making it up off the top of your head.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, Sergeant.
Well,
don't talk.
Why don't you let me finish and I'll explain? It's like, for example, Palace of Westminster. You can't just walk into Palace of Westminster.
Not into, no.
Exactly.
But I can film it from the outside.
The same thing as a police station. You're not allowed to just wander around police station, linger outside.
Yes, you are. There's no offensive loitering in this country. I'm in public, on a public pavement. So yes, I can stand here for as long as I want to do. Filming and photography is not a crime. I can stand here and do that for as long as I want to do it.
Okay, but if you don't give a valid reason for that, then we have to look at it in a negative light, don't we?
No, you're making inferences on somebody's, what's the word, standing up for their right to privacy, right to private thoughts, and you're making negative inferences from that. Only a court and a jury can do that. You're not under the power to do that. You're not.
But you can see where it's suspicious.
No.
Okay.
What I think suspicious is 5 constables coming out and accosting a man for doing illegal activity. I think it's intimidating. I think there's no need for it. You could have come out by yourself or with your partner. 2 people would have been sufficient. Do I look like a big guy? Do I look like I'm going to try and fight you?
Sufficiency, that's up to me to decide, isn't it?
Well, it's up to me to decide how long sufficient for me to stand here doing what I'm doing, isn't it? Any of you recording me, by the way? All of you. Is there any reason that none of you verbally announced that you're recording me? Yes, you do.
No,
College of Policing.
No, you don't.
Home Office.
No, you don't.
The Metro. Do you want me to bring up I'll tell you what, I've actually got this on my phone because I looked at it this morning, right? All police officers and police staff, including the extended police family and those working voluntarily. Sorry, so that's the wrong paragraph. Here we go. Body-worn video is an overt system and should not be used for covert recording other than in exceptional circumstances and where the necessary authorities have been granted. As body-worn video is overt recording, officers must declare, wherever possible, when they are commencing audio and video recording during each and every encounter. Have you come out and tackled me to the ground, detaining me physically? You've had every opportunity. Well, you're not actually recording, so you don't have a camera. But all 5 of you, since we've been here, have had every opportunity to come. Hi, sir. Just to let you know, you're being audio and visually recorded for my protection and your protection. And that's all pretty much all you need to say, isn't it?
If you let me finish.
No, I don't want to let you finish. Sergeant, go away. I'm done with you. No, you're dismissed.
No, you don't get to dismiss
I do get to dismiss you.
If you dismiss me, that's not your capacity to say. It's an inspector or above. Okay? You are not my boss.
I mean, I kind of pay your wages, though, don't I?
You don't pay my wages.
I do. How do I not?
Pays money, pays their wages.
Yeah, and you're accusing me of not paying my tax?
Okay, but we police on behalf of Her Majesty's government.
And His Majesty's government.
That's correct, my mistake. Her Majesty's government.
His Majesty's government, you just said it again.
Okay, Her Majesty. His Majesty's
there
government.
We go.
Not for you.
Have you been drinking today, Sergeant? Your cognitive abilities appear to be impaired.
No, I haven't been drinking.
Are you sure? Would you submit to a breathalyzer?
Yes, I would submit to a breathalyzer.
Could somebody got a breathalyzer, please?
They're not for. Not for roadside tests. We're not a roadside. It's not a roadside test.
Okay. So you wouldn't submit to one if they were willing to go get one. You wouldn't submit to it then because you're saying you would, but then you're saying tell them not to go get one.
These officers, you do not have the power to compel anyone to do a breathalyzer test.
You don't have the power to compel me to do anything, but you're still stood here trying to give me directives, trying to make up.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Make up.
He simply asked you why, when you were trying to make a complaint at front office, you've come round to the back.
Because I told you that's where I wanted to stand.
Okay, but we're trying to understand why.
Well, you can continue to understand what you want to try and understand.
Why don't I tell you what's going to happen now? I'm going to tell you the details that you've got of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go and deal with that.
Well, I mean, he's just come in on it, so he can show you exactly. It's BX18, BZA, I think? Possibly.
Again, please?
So I'll wait for the motorbike to go. It's a nice bike, though, actually.
See, my issue...
Suzuki, nice.
My issue with that, for example, that might
Handle
be
guards. Handle guards, nice. Right.
So he has a right to privacy,
but
he doesn't have a right for you to film him coming out of his place of work.
So can I request that police officers never film my registrations?
If they have a valid policing reason for so, they can.
But you don't, do you? Because you walk around, you literally drive around with the ANPR cameras on while your vehicles are running. So you're not driving around with a specific reason. Number plates are owned by the DVLA, not by people. They are in the public domain. They are there for a reason. There is no offence of filming somebody's number plate.
Okay, the ANPR cameras on vehicles, there's a very limited amount. I guarantee you there's only maximum 2 vehicles in there that have access to that system. And not on all the time.
Okay.
Officers have to do a specific training course to have access to the system, the ANPR system. It's like a login system.
So what are you assuming that I can do with that number plate?
Well, I don't know. For example, you can find out where the officer lives. He has a right to privacy.
How can I find out where he lives? All I can check is whether that vehicle is MOT'd and taxed. That's all I can find out legally. So unless you're implying that I'm trying to do something illegal, and at which point I suggest you to caution me. Under your pace, if you think I'm doing something illegal and committing an offence, you need to caution me.
Officers have a right to privacy. Okay.
Not in public, they don't. Not no more than anybody else. You're all recording me now, and I've never said that you can't. The only issue I had is that none of you let me know. I'm not saying you can't record me, because I am in public, and under common law, you're allowed to do it. Same way that I'm allowed to do it.
Which I'm assuming you're doing now?
Pardon?
I'm assuming you're doing now?
That's my business.
Okay. So
I don't have a policy, and I'm not covered by GDPR. You guys are.
what's the registration of this vehicle?
I think it was Bravo. I don't know what X is. What's X? What's the...
X-ray.
X-ray, there we go. That makes sense. 18... Bravo Zulu Alpha, I believe. And as I said, this Constable 3768 Charlie Echo was just driving in on it, so I'm sure he can show you exactly which one it was on the way in.
I will go and deal with that then. Do you want the details of what's happened to that recorded? Would you like to have a notification what's the result of that?
No, because you're going to want details for it.
Well,
Yeah, exactly, so no.
So is there anything else I can help with that?
I mean, like I said, you can leave about 20 minutes ago.
If I leave all the officers leaving, what are you going to do now?
As I've already said, Susan, I'm going to take a drone over.
You can't fly a drone over.
I absolutely can.
No, you can't.
I absolutely can.
No, you can't. That's protected premises.
It's absolutely not.
It is.
It's funny that, because the CAA, Altitude Angel, and NATS all completely disagree with you on that one. Are you going to argue with that? Are you going to argue with the Civil Aviation Authority?
And what they're going to do is find the police protection.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the weight of your drone out of curiosity?
That's my business as well.
If it's over 250 grams, then you can't.
I'm aware of the legislation, thank you.
Especially over people.
I'm aware of the legislation, thank you.
Which there are people in the
I'm aware of the legislation, thank you.
I'm sure you are. That's
Thank
why I was
you.
asking what drone it is.
Yeah. And I know what drone it is, and I know that I'm within legislation, so I'm fine.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
When 6 officers swarm you just for filming in public, it's not about security, it's intimidation. The U.S. Constitution protects your right to record, your right to remain silent, and your right not to ID without reasonable suspicion. Know the law. Stand firm. That's freedom. What do you think about these officers? Leave your thoughts in the comments below so we can discuss and learn together. Thank you for watching.